type of conversations to have, and maybe it would be valuable for us to talk together with your wife or include your children and create a plan together where everyone's supported.
I've seen their bridesmaid dresses. I don't know what you could do for me. Support services.
Breathe for a second. I know, I'm like.
He makes you feel like he's really the patient, though.
I know.
I mean, when you're sitting there,
That's why
you
I
like-
wanted to do this.
Yeah.
It's like a controlled environment, you know what I mean?
Takes time for a road to get into this.
He's really
Yes.
great.
I mean, I really love
Well, I thought you did really great.
Thank you.
Out of everyone that's gone today, you kept him the calmest. As an outside observer, I'm going to say that. Oh, jeez.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
How do you think you did?
I think I did okay. As we talked about in the last session, sitting in the silence, letting you experience the emotion. I think nothing can be more frustrating than cutting someone off when they're going through their own thought process, and letting them feel that. I do think it gets really challenging when you have children and they're not fully aware of what's going on, because that just complicates such a complicated situation even more.
When I started talking about my youngest, and then I had one who's older, so she's 21, and he was 25. Do you have, does Journey Care have special support services for the children of the affected person?
Yes, there's bereavement services for the whole family, for I think 13 months.
Get you through all the firsts.
Yeah.
Was there, do you feel that there was an opportunity, or it shouldn't have been broached right now, that this is something for the future? Is there an opportunity here to discuss that? Because so much of what I said had to do with that aspect of my family.
I think that it would be more important to focus on the here and now and getting you home, instead of all of the what ifs down the road. I do think that it's important to bring up bereavement services, but after we kind of figure out, okay, let's start with here, and then let's talk about those details once we focus on the here and now. Your family they don't fully understand what's going on now. So.
The only person who might have any kind of insight was Jennifer, my wife, because she was here when the doctor was here this morning. So this whole idea of dealing with my children becomes an issue
For the here and now.
for me, because this is something that we have to approach sooner rather than later. Because what I'm curious about is, in 10 minutes, what else might you have included in that 10 minutes? Sure, we've talked about how important silences are, but in that 10 minutes, what else might you have said that you didn't feel that there was an opportunity to say in those 10 minutes?
I would want to talk more about your family, because your priorities seem to be your family over yourself. So trying to talk with you, getting you comfortable without a plan for your family, so that then we can figure out a plan for you.
Observations on your part for Mary?
I thought it was great that you had made the suggestion of bringing his spouse in as well as the kids and including them in the plan of care. Because obviously he was anxious about, relaying that information to them and what it's gonna look like moving forward. But I think including the family in the plan of care discussion does help get everybody on the same page. And you offered that, which I think was great.
So,
If I could just say something.
yeah.
I thought your tone of voice was also very good. Silences are one thing, but how you approach the silence from your end when you do have a comment. I felt very, I might not have shown it, but I felt very comforted. It's almost like a tinderbox with this man. If you say the wrong thing, this guy got the worst possible news this morning that a person can get. So that tone of voice that you bring to it becomes a very important tool in regard to your side of this dialogue. And I felt very comfortable with the tone of your voice and also the pacing of your voice. I was telling you, I don't know, I think I might have mentioned that I had first year medical students yesterday in UIC. And they all talk too fast. They're trying so hard to do the best job they can that their nervousness just kind of like speeds up their entire being. So to be able to sit back in this very tenuous situation and maintain a calm, I felt very important. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. It's interesting that you bring that up, because I find my most challenging meetings are the ones where I have to wear the face mask, and I'm pretty soft-spoken, so having to talk really loudly makes it so difficult for
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I could imagine, especially in regard to these kinds of services, this kind of care, this level of care, this I can't call it an entry level of care, it's more of a terminal level of care, but to speak in a loud volume, a loud tone, does not create an environment that may be conducive to what you have to offer. So I'm glad that you didn't have a face mask.
Yeah.
Something for future consideration.
It's a challenge. That's a real challenge, because you're only getting eyes then.
Yeah. Or I had I do a lot of nodding.
Yeah.
And I was with a woman that was blind, and she was just like, "Are you gonna say anything?"
And you're like, oh, whoops.
Yeah. So I tried to vocalize,
Yeah.
a lot more. But yeah.
One thing you said about the kids, like that made you feel uncomfortable or something to that effect. I don't usually share this story, but I think it's important. And this is, you don't have kids, right? If I remember correctly, right? So, when my mom was entering hospice, my kids were, I only had the 3 at the time, so they were 2, we're gonna test my brain, 2 + 5 is 7 and 8. And I was going through my divorce at the time, and my ex-husband and I do this together. We go to my 3 kids and we say, Grandma's in the hospital, and I'm very straightforward with my kids. They knew she was sick. She's really sick, and she's probably gonna die. Like, we were just very blunt with them. And my middle daughter, who's like crazy free spirit, goes, well, let's go to the hospital. And I was like, what? So I think we all get so uncomfortable, but most kids can kind of verbalize what they need, and these are older kids too. So it was just funny in that moment for me to be like, oh, okay. So we literally got everyone in the car and went to the hospital, and they sat at her bedside. We went every day until my mom died. But there's such that, like, protect them, but they understand so much more. So I wanted to share that with you so you don't feel so uncomfortable with it, because they're so much more resilient than I think we give them credit for. I wouldn't have known that had I not gone through it with my daughter. And it's pretty cool. Like, they are actually they're really much better than probably most kids. I think it's because of what I do on top of it. Like, they deal with it just so much differently. So don't feel uncomfortable I know that's easy for me to say, but try to, like, remember that when you start to feel, like, uncomfortable if a family starts telling you, like, oh, I'm worried. Like, it's okay. What do they know now? Or, that would be a way to open it. Because my kids did know. My mom had ALS, so they knew some of the stuff that was going on. But to be able to say, like, well, tell me what they understand, or it's okay to ask those questions, I think. Because I think as a parent, we do worry about our kids, but it's okay to talk about it with us. That's all I wanted, because I know it's different for everybody, but I don't think everyone gets to know that, like, they're actually pretty cool. When you, like, hey, so this is what's happening. Well, let's go. And I was like, okay. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. And they sat with her every day.
And then trying to reassure the patient
that it's going to be okay.
Your kids
will be taken care of. Yeah.
Any final questions for me? Something that we could go over in our discussion?
I think my biggest challenge once I get into a conversation, I can kind of feel it out, but figuring out what that first line, I am Miriam, social worker with Journey Care, and then being like, so, what to say and each patient kind of responds differently on, so what are your plans for going home, or how do you feel about going home, and kind of trying to phrase that in a way that's open-ended, but not so open-ended that, we already start talking about something totally off track. So.
Because this man really did want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And that became part of that conversation that you're talking about. So I'm glad that was fostered. He doesn't want to be in the hospital.
Right.
Oh, hospitals aren't that bad. It's not the way to go.
No, yeah. And then some people are like, oh, well, how some people just start, so trying to figure out that. I would like to know what everyone's kind of opening sentence is.
That's a cool. I know my go-to. What's yours?
Well, we'll find out in a second.
Well, right.
Oh,
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, then.
That's
Well,
right.
then I'm on the spot, but I'm not going next, though. That's going to be you next.
Oh. I'm going last.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I should stop this now.
Yes, just.